Hello and welcome to a new episode of Gardeners of Earth, where I discuss my actual work that I do here in my garden. Now, if you saw last week's video, we're actually at exactly the same spot with a small difference. There's just not just the lake that's frozen, but we just have snow all around us. Isn't it just beautiful? So despite having used this location just last week, I figured everybody deserves a second chance, and let's just do the stepping stones again, now with my hiking shoes that are actually surprisingly slippery. So I will really have to be just very careful. I'm not the first. I was kind of hoping to kind of find this pristine snowy stepping stones, but alas, it's not meant to be. So to give me an extra challenge, I'll just try and use one step per stepping stone, as I am discussing my work on Garden, who now, as a surprising turn, also is bringing me to coffee research. So as a reminder, in Garden we're working on biodiversity indicators for policymakers. So what we're trying to do is assess the state of biodiversity for different regions, so not necessarily fully global, but we have 4 case studies. One is in Greece, where we want to see the impact of putting windmills on biodiversity, mainly birds. Then we have one in Cyprus, where they're working on an energy central, and we need to see what's the best way for that energy central, which is of course also very important for our sustainable future, to get sustainable energy, but how can it expand without damaging too much the nature around it. Then we have in Barcelona, we're studying the dune system, how it interacts with humans and how we can best protect nature and still give it kind of recreational value. And finally, we kind of have a combination of France and Madagascar, where we want to see the impact of transport infrastructure on biodiversity, and specifically see how invasive species, they actually kind of also follow our roadworks to expand their habitats. And this is where it takes the turn towards coffee, because of course all the other ones are just European, whereas the French Madagascar case also does have Madagascar there. And Madagascar is actually a coffee producing country, that's one thing, but it's a major biodiversity hotspot here on Earth, and it has several, I think something of more than 10 wild coffees. So not Coffea arabica or Canifora, but just family members within the genus of Coffea. Okay, so that brought us through all the case studies and safely on the other side of the stepping stones. So what I'm now actually doing is preparing a data cube with all the biodiversity data, specifically on plants, including the coffee plants and pollinators, and then seeing how that maps out on the Madagascar islands, where there's most of the interactions between plants and pollinators, and where potential invasive species can, let's say, disturb these equilibriums. So it was really just fun getting a first glance on coffee data that's actually for my real career, let's say, outside of this coffee hobby. So you'll get updated on this, of course, if you keep following me on this channel. Thanks for following, and hope to see you next time.